Welcome to SoCal Tech Interviews, where we talk with the entrepreneurs, investors, and others in Southern California's startup and technology community. Our interview today is with Cynthia Vincent, a serial entrepreneur in the fashion industry and founder of BAACAL, a direct-to-consumer fashion company. I'm Ben Kuo, founder and editor of SoCalTech.com.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Vincent. I'm owner and founder of BAACAL.
And what is BAACAL?
BAACAL is an omni-channel women's clothing company that starting out as direct-to-consumer, and I'm focusing on women past a size 8 in better designer clothing.
And how did you start the company?
With a wish and a prayer. No, I self-funded. I've self-funded and really started in my home, actually. I converted my downstairs into my company. I have a lot of experience. This is my third company. So I wanted to do this one different.
And talk about your other companies. So you've had some experience in the clothing industry before?
Yeah, I guess I'm called, what's the term? I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I've had my namesake. I started a company called St. Vincent, which quickly turned into Vince. I also had another company, 12th Street by Cynthia Vincent. So this will be my third apparel company.
And talk about, you said you want to do this different. What did you want to do different about this company?
Well, for me, it was really important to listen to and connect with the customer. So direct to consumers is the platform that's allowing me to do that. And because women are so outspoken now on social media, it's been a sort of organic one-on-one experience, which has been great.
And talk about the direct-to-consumer aspect. I mean, what's different for people who aren't familiar with the fashion industry? What is different about all that?
Well, it's different because my entire career I was what's called a manufacturer. So I would be in my design studio, atelier. I would design a collection for basically a year ahead of time, and it would be brought to market. It would be either shown on the runway and then shown in my showroom. And I would sell to retail stores, both big and small. I had a very large specialty store base, and they would basically dictate the direction. So we would then only produce what was bought, and that was really how it was presented. Unless you had your own retail, which I did for a short time, you couldn't completely connect with the customer. You were always reliant on that intermediate or that buyer. And thankfully, it was very successful, and we had great relationships with our buyers. But there's something different and something to be said about hearing things firsthand. There's nothing lost in translation.
So you mentioned social media. What is different about the world today, and how does social media affect how you go to market?
It's a tool. First of all, social media is a tool. It's a platform. It's a way for me to actually have a voice, to show exactly what I'm doing. It's immediate. You get response immediate. You will hear comments. You hear questions. There's demands of you. It's really interesting. It's fascinating, and it's an incredible tool.
So you're a serial entrepreneur. What is the biggest lesson you've learned being a serial entrepreneur that you'd maybe pass on to others?
Wow, that's a really good question. I would have to say the best advice I ever got that I still use to this day was a very successful gentleman told me, if you know in an hour, you know in a day, you know in a week, never let it go to a month or a year. And that was true for hiring people. It was true for making decisions. And it just, every time I don't listen to that advice, I get into trouble. So I think that's such an incredible piece of advice that anyone starting a business needs.